I'm going to try and do 4 things today. Praise, give praise where praise is due. Thank people. Review last year, but not everything, but just the highlights. And then suggest ways in which we, working together, can build good men. So firstly, to praise. The Sunday Times Parent Power League tables were published in November this year, and we were rated as the best school in the southeast of England. I think that's worth a round of applause. But I can't take all the credit for that. In fact, of course, it's not the teacher. The teachers have a key role. The head has some sort of role. I'm not quite sure what it is. But most of all, it's the students that are the true successful people in the school. Now, and I don't want to boast, so I'm going to quote the editor of the Sunday Times Schools Guide 2018. Alistair McCall states, Reading School's A-level achievements this year are among the most exceptional in both the state and independent sectors. As the examinations got appreciably harder, pupils' grades at Reading School got appreciably higher. Not many schools can say that this year. An exceptional school, it was a clear winner of our award. So congratulations then are definitely in order. Well done to our young men. It's right and fitting that we honour the success which is the result of years of hard work, or 2 weeks cramming perhaps for some. But a word of warning alongside that praise, if I may. Take the advice given to an Egyptian pharaoh, written about 2500 BC. He said, if you have become great after having been little, if you have become rich after having been poor, when you are at the head of the city, know how not to take advantage of the fact that you have reached the first rank. Harden not your heart because of your elevation. Put not behind you the neighbour who is like you. Be unto him as a companion. So just a little bit of a word of warning. If you've got all A stars and string of A's, just bear in mind that that's not everything. Yes, it's important, but it's not everything. Now, I don't know if you know poets at all, but Simon Armitage is one of my favourite poets, and actually I gave him a lift once from Reading School to the train station. That's my claim to fame. If you know his poetry, you know that he also wrote a poem about a hitchhiker being killed, and I couldn't remember whether it was the driver being killed or the hitchhiker. So I was a little bit worried on the 2.6 miles to the station. But anyway, I'm a big fan of his. And he's written recently a satirical poem called Thank You for Waiting. And he uses the metaphor of precious and not so precious metals to show the nature of modern society, where status is defined by possessions. And it's set in an airport departure lounge. I'll read you a few extracts from it. Thank you for waiting. Accredited beautiful people may now board, plus subscribers to our red diamond, black opal or blue garnet promotion. Thank you for waiting. Passengers in possession of jewellery, including wristwatches, with a retail purchase price greater than the average annual salary of a mid-career high school teacher are also welcome to board. Thank you for waiting. Passengers either partially or wholly dependent on welfare or kindness, please have your travel coupons validated at the quarantine desk. Thank you for waiting. Mediocre passengers are now invited to board, followed by passengers lacking genuine leadership potential, followed by people operating at a net fiscal loss as people. Now, I don't know where you are in that queue and how long you would have had to wait, but I don't want you, boys, I don't want you to judge or be judged according to your possessions, but rather to be judged by your character. There's nothing wrong in aiming to be the jewel in the crown, and often I say that the sixth form is Reading School's jewel in the crown. I'm not saying don't aim high, but not at the cost of devaluing others. Now I'd like to move on to the second part, thank you. And if I miss anyone out, I apologise, it's not deliberate. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank key players in the Reading School family. I'd like to thank the Reading School Parents Association for their continued support of the school. Also, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Old Readingensians Association for sponsoring the refreshments this afternoon in Big School. And also, we have a photo booth for the first time at Senior Prizegiving. So if you want your photograph taken, the opportunity is there. It's in Big School. Crucially, I'd also like to thank the trustees of the Reading Foundation for their support, especially to Rodney Huggins, the chair of the foundation, for the past 10 years. Now, what all the elements of the Reading School family should have in common is the drive to improve things for current and future generations of Reading School boys. In addition, I'd like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude for the support of Mr. Neil Thomason and Mr. Nick Byron for their generous donations to the building of the Philip Mitchell Science Centre, which was officially opened in October of this year. Indeed, we had many generous donors to that project, and it's a real jewel in our crown in terms of our buildings. Furthermore, I wish to thank the Board of Governors for all their support and challenge during the last year. A great deal of work is done in the, I think I counted 38 committee meetings over the year, and working group meetings. And a special thank you to Steve Vale, the Clerk to Governors, who was the runner-up in the Clerk to Governors National Award. So very impressive, and he makes sure it runs very smoothly. And the governors, all volunteers, do a fantastic job. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank all the staff, associate and teaching for their hard work over the last year. It is much appreciated, not only by me, but also the Board of Governors, and I know students and parents. I think that's worth a round of applause as well. So we want to continue to inspire our pupils and provide opportunities for your sons, for our boys. We need to be positive, and we need to be proactive, and we need to be resilient. We need to work together. That's our challenge. We need to work together to build good men, both now and for the future. So I'd just like to review now some of the key points relating to last year, and then seek to build on some of those moving forward. I'd like to focus on four main aspects of the academic year and of this last term. Academic excellence, firstly. Secondly, the development of character, and I know Manisha is going to add much more detail and flavour to that. Thirdly, aspects of leadership, and finally, the importance of effective partnerships. Four pillars, if you like, which shape our moving forward as a school. So academic excellence then, what was the Sunday Times talking about? Why did they rank us number one? Well, 93.1% of our A-level grades were A star to B, and over 30% were A stars. We were 7th place nationally. Our average grade, so the average grade for the students was a grade A. That, I think, is one of the most amazing statistics. That's pretty impressive. Let's be honest, parents, you didn't all get A's, did you? 24 students gained offers to Oxford and Cambridge University. Now, of course, they're elite universities, but over 70% of our students went to Russell Group universities. 76 of our students gained 2 A's and a B or higher, with 2 in facilitating subjects. And we were, in terms of subjects, in the boys' academic selective school, so against basically our peers as boys' grammar schools, classical civilization, German, geography, history, art, Latin and French were the top-ranked boys' school. And we were also added value to about 0.41 of a grade. Each grade, for each subject, is 0.41 of a grade more than the boys really should get. And that doesn't sound that much, but really that's the difference between a B and an A. That's the difference between an A and an A star. And that's what makes the difference. That's the adding of the value that we're able to achieve at Reading School. But it's not just the A-level, because it's not just a one-off. We want sustained high performance. At GCSE, in terms of added value, progress 8 measure, 0.66. That's good. That's the top 5%. Doesn't sound great. So, oh, what did you get today, son? Oh, I got 0.66. It doesn't quite sound so great. But it means we're the top 5% of adding value. 92% of our students gain the English Baccalaureate. Our attainment 8, so the best 8 subjects, are 7.9 points. And the A-star A ranking of boys' academic schools, drama, Latin and economics, were first ranked nationally. So certainly academic excellence is something we should be proud of. And it's very, very important. And it's great that we're celebrating that today. But we also celebrate the development of character. Our attendance figures were 98.15% last year. That's very high, that's good. We gave out 4,770 achievement points. 1,229 of that was for positive attitude. I like that. I like the fact that we're giving out, we're recognising positive attitude. There should be more of that. 141 points were given out for helpfulness. So perhaps your sons could help you run a house a little bit more, isn't it? Now our Floriat programme, so flourish, from the Latin to flourish, emphasises community, teamwork and communication. And our flagship mental health initiatives, through the Champions of Character scheme, which is led by Manisha, well, look on our Twitter page, there's some great photographs. I've had the chance to go to Arsenal Football Club and Wembley and Reading School with it. It's great. And the students are real ambassadors. For the first time, we've created these posters here, and so boys are talking to other boys about mental health issues. So teenage boys are speaking up about problems, and I think that's great. In PE, we're focusing on being better people through being better movers. And we're seeking to develop character and resilience and integrity. Because we believe that whilst academic success might get you an interview, it's character that gets you the job. Moving on to leadership then. Well, leadership takes many forms. For instance, we're national leaders on the badminton court, Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4 champions in 2017. For the first time ever, won by the same school, out of over 2,500 entries. Brilliantly coached by Mr. Steve Pedlow, we're looking forward to taking part in the World Schools Badminton Championships in Pune in India in April 2018. And those of you who know badminton was actually invented in Pune. Now our students show leadership too through house competitions, as symbolised by the hugely successful house music competition held for the first time in the Hexagon Theatre. The town hall was too small, we had to move on. So the event was a sellout and was a celebration of musical talent. So we seek to inspire our students to be the leaders of today and the leaders of tomorrow. But you can't lead on your own. If it's just you, you're not leading anyone, you're not working with anyone. You have to have effective partnerships. And we believe that effective partnerships provide a very valuable way of strengthening us as a school, as well as people on an individual level. Because it maximises opportunities for growth and continuous improvement. Because we don't want to rest on our laurels, say, oh, we were first one year, we don't want to go to mid-table mediocrity the next. So through partnerships, through our flagship Future Stories programme, working with local primary schools, our partnership with Reading University, training secondary school teachers, because we need to have a good supply of excellent staff coming through, and our partnership with Berkshire Schools Football Association, where Mr. Allen runs the under-14 county side, who were national runners up last season, had 2 players in the squad from Reading School. Nationally, we are working with the London Leadership Strategy to learn from other schools to see how they have improved and what we can learn from them. And we, of course, have a national reputation for excellence in boarding, as recognised in our Ofsted inspection in February 2017, where we were given outstanding grades, all outstanding grades. And our numbers now have gone up to 83 in boarding. So 5 years ago there were 62, now there's 83. So it's really flourishing as being at the heart of the school. And furthermore, we have internationally we have links with schools in Denmark, Kenya and Tasmania. We learn from what they're good at in terms of values, in terms of resilience, in terms of building good men. So, after the review, it's important, looking back, it's important to try and look forward and see how we can improve things. And I believe that pupils, staff, governors, parents and alumni, including our young alumni here today, are crucial in ensuring that we succeed in our drive to build good men. And I hope all of you here will want to play a role in this. Want Reading School to be viewed as a powerhouse of performance and a beacon of social mobility. A place where we build good men, not as factory operatives in an exam factory farm churning out clones, but rather as boys should be viewed as, or we should be viewed as sculptors or architects, nurturing quality. So good men who are academically successful, yes. Good men who are focused on developing character and resilience and compassion, yes. Good men who have an attitude of gratitude, yes. Good men who develop leadership skills, definitely. And good men who know that things work more effectively in partnership with others, yes. So we need to work together to build good men. We need to be internationally minded as well as locally focused. We need to promote excellence and social mobility. We need to strive to continually improve, to leave a positive legacy. And that's why it's important to strive to make improvements. And we've done that this year, for instance, to our buildings with the Philip Mitchell Science Centre and the Huggins Fitness Suite. And in the future, we want to provide multi-use games area, a new sixth form centre, along with a sports hall. We're developing ambitious plans, working with our society manager, but they can only be achieved if we work together. And people are more important than buildings, and our Future Stories project will be refreshed and extended. We have a good track record in supporting students eligible for the pupil premium to go to the best universities in the land. But it's not enough. We need to do our utmost to ensure that there's a level playing field. And that's why we're committed to improving the life chances of pupils from disadvantaged backgrounds. And that's why one of the reasons why we've increased the number on roll from 112 a year 6 years ago to 150 in year 7 and year 8 now. It's about maximising opportunities. Because we want to inspire our pupils and provide opportunities for our boys. We need to work together and build on the success so that we can definitely succeed in building good men. Thank you.